What's up, tech heads and gamers? It's your boy Mello, E to Z to the E. Welcome to the channel where we respect the tech and we salute the gamers who say, come out, let's get right into it. So we got Sunny on here today.
Up, everybody.
Yeah. It's episode 14 of the podcast. Is crazy. I was just thinking back. I can't believe it's been 14 episodes so far. And just real quick, y'all, my voice is going out. Have tea, so I'm gonna try not to talk as much. So just feel free to say whatever in the chat, and we'll try to go with that. And again, Sunny's here, so
Yep, I'm here.
carry.
I'm in a really good mood too. After dealing with all those problems and then
Oh
finally
my
figuring it
God.
out. Yeah.
I guess we can start by just talking about that. It's crazy. Like you were filling me in on some of the complications that you were having.
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm trying to finish this
Yeah.
mouth. I'm trying to eat my cereal, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
So
good.
on Sunday, some people come over, and I never really hopped on my computer or anything. But the wife, I guess, she messed with some stuff with my computer in the morning, and then realized later in the day that all of a sudden, every time I would turn on my capture card, OBS and everything was just lagging out. Like my computer was freezing, everything was but it was only with this. And then I would stream to a private server, and it would work when I would stream PC games. But every time I would turn on the capture card, which is bad because then I can't stream any console games, nothing was working. So I got really, really obsessive, and nobody's seen me for days. Even ECN today was just like, where you been? And I know I haven't been talking on the Discord. I have been completely obsessed with trying to fix this. At first I thought it was a hardware issue, and I thought it was my little USB 3.0 card, which is a cheap thing. So I went into Fry's Electronics, cost me like, I think $12 to replace that. It wasn't that at all ultimately, but I ended up replacing that, and I was just like telling Ace, I was just so down. I was just like so excited because there's like a lot of things I want to try with the channel. I'm like really pumped, and I still am. Like I'm in such a good mood right now. It's like, yes, everything that I wanted to do, I can resume. It's just I'm a couple days behind, but it ended up turning out that it ended up being a Windows update. And
oh my gosh.
And the update messed it up. So I was actually going to tell you about that, Ace, since you use a Razer Ripsaw. If you use Windows 10 on a desktop, I think you use a laptop, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yep.
But if you hit, let's see, that might be why you're not having any issues when you're streaming. Maybe it's just like to a desktop issue. But I would be careful with any updates. As a matter of fact, if I were you, I would just turn it off, any Windows updates until that gets fixed. I don't know, by Razer. I'm assuming Razer has to fix it.
Yeah.
And who knows when they're going to get to it, because I don't think they really support the Ripsaw as much anymore. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's an issue that you and I, or at least you might end up having, and I have to kind of monitor going forward. But man, I was just like, yeah, Jan says he was wondering where I was. I was like really like bummed out, man, and I wasn't like just doing my job, and then like anytime I wasn't working, I was working on the computer. I wouldn't even give myself a break. Like if I would, I'd take like 20 minutes to watch a show, and all in those 20 minutes, I'd be thinking about what else I can do to mess with my computer to try to make it work. So I was extremely obsessed up until like 4 or 5 hours ago when I finally fixed it and figured out what it was. So it's been an adventure since Sunday night, actually, and I spent 20 plus hours easily trying to figure out this issue, and I didn't get a lot of sleep either. So I was really obsessed. Because it's like I got really excited, man. And there's things I want to do, and I want to start streaming more. And it's like the winter break is coming up, and I'm gonna have like a week off, and I want to stream like every single day. And I'm getting a new mic for Christmas, and I'm like so excited about that microphone. So I was bummed out. I'm like, I'm gonna get a new microphone, but I don't have a computer that works.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this sucks, and I was just bummed out. And Seth, I was mentioning earlier that I was having issues with streaming and computer, and I was bummed out. So you might have missed that first couple minutes, but yeah, I mean that sums it up. I got it working right now. I have to reset all my alerts and all that stuff, and I have to redo drivers because I reinstalled Windows. But I'll get everything up and running, and I think I'm gonna have a Pokemon video up tonight. Wow. And then tomorrow morning, I'm hoping to start working on some of the things me and Ace talked about doing some games that recently released and kind of having those out there, because there seems like there's people who are wanting to see maybe some of the new games that come out. So I'm hoping to do videos just like that with the Pokemon, and then I'm hoping to be ramping up the streaming with the time off coming up. I have about a week off, and then and yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna be a mixture of YouTube, Twitch. It kind of depends on what game I'm streaming. I'm
Right.
looking to stream. I want to resume Detroit, but I also wanted to talk to Ace too. And I know we talked about the wives, so I don't know if you're gonna have any time off coming
Yeah.
up soon in the next week and a half. My
Yeah.
wife is extremely nervous. I've been telling her about Overcooked too. It's not even nervous. She's actually getting stressed out. She says she gets stressed out as it is, but with the
Yeah.
streaming, she
Right.
gets like knowing that we're going to be streaming, and she knows how like competitive I am, and that if I lose, I'm going to not be too excited about it. And it sounds like from Ace's wife, she seems like she could be a bit of a handful too. So I
Oh
think
my goodness.
it'd be pretty funny. I think to kind of get that. My wife's not a handful at all. She's a little more quiet, and I think I liked how everybody reacted to her, and the little like 10 seconds she said hi to people. It seemed like everybody kind of liked her, and meeting her, at least hearing her at the very minimum. So I think that was kind of cool. So
That's awesome.
yeah, we definitely got to see if we can get that figured out. You and me, a
Yeah.
time for that.
Yeah.
When the kids are asleep, and my wife's not usually up that late, but I can keep her up for a little bit, and yeah, so that should be fun, even if it's just about 30 minutes. I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it to be long, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll get that going sometime next week for sure. Yo, Sonny, good hustling, man. It sounds like you've been working hard, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
this
cool.
like we were talking about the goals last
Yeah,
week. This channel is really
right.
important to me, man, and I want to like I have ideas, man, and I want to
Yeah.
like give it a shot. And the fact that I'm getting like the new microphone, and this microphone's pretty decent, but I also want to have dual streams with my brother, and he wants
Ooh,
to hop on. And the wife, I want to get the wife involved. She actually
awesome.
likes Detroit, so I'm almost thinking of kind of
Nice.
maybe switching focus and letting her kind of stream, not necessarily
Whoa,
stream,
that's
but me
cool.
next to her while she does her thing.
Yeah,
And the microphone is one of those mics that can pick up over the room, versus this one I have to literally talk directly in the microphone, and it's a
sure,
cheapy mic. It's not that good,
sure.
but yeah, I mean, there's like all sorts of things that I want to do, and so for me, I got really obsessed because I was so excited, and I still am. Now I'm glad everything's working. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Wow. Again, good hustle, man. That's incredible. I'm glad you got it figured out and fixed.
Yep.
So, 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 Shat, what up? Jam, what up? Seth, what's good? Lambo, what's up? Montana, what up? Cool. Like I said earlier, my voice is going, so I'm gonna let Sunny do a lot of the talking
Sure.
this podcast. But let's talk about just real quick. People in the chat, you guys can also comment on this. What's your favorite tech? We'll start with tech first. What's your favorite tech of
Yeah, you
2018?
mentioned the topics because you kind of make up the topics, and then I can just kind of take it from there.
Right.
Um, voice cracks. He says your voice is cracking.
It is,
Seth,
right?
that's a really good question. I actually glad you mentioned that too, because that's part of it. Seth asked how long will it take for the next face cam. I'm looking towards February
Oh,
to start
nice.
resuming face cam. If you wanted to find face cam of mine, it's from like 4 or 5 months ago. I'd have it on every once in a while, but I'm going to resume that again around I think February. So yeah, so that'll be there. So the whole works is happening, man. Streaming. I want to definitely get more consistent and push that and videos. So I'm excited. But you said your favorite tech. Yeah, anybody in the chat. So do you mean like could it be like the Switch? Could it be like a
Yeah,
watch? Like
yeah,
anything?
it can be Switch, watch. We're gonna talk about video games like games next. But yeah, just tech. It can be consoles, it can be phones,
My
tablets.
favorite tech is my computer. So when it's broken, I'm like I'm like
I hear that.
obsessed. Even
Yeah,
like when it happened like 4 months ago when I had the problems with 2K19 release.
yeah,
I get really bummed out. My wife likes to joke that the computer is kind of like my other son or something. So if something happens, and it's true, when something happens to my computer, I am really depressed and trying to fix it. So computer's a big deal to me, but I mean, I guess that's my favorite tech. So I don't know if anybody in the chat's got anything.
that's awesome. Did this video just start? It started about 15 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. Yeah, so let us know in the chat, what are y'all's favorite tech? So just to go back, you were talking about the Windows update that messed up.
Hmm.
So remember when I just recently took my computer to Best Buy?
Right.
It was that same reason. So I had an update, and
Hmm.
Windows was automatically trying to push the update.
Hmm.
So one of the things he did was he stopped the update, and then he went, I don't know what he did, but pretty much he disabled the update from happening. And that was like the
Right.
first thing he did.
Oh, okay.
So this update, I don't know what it is, but it's
Yeah.
not working with the
Your
with
your your issue was complete because I remember watching it on a video. Your issue was different though. You had like a black screen that was blocking you from doing anything, right?
Yeah, and that was because my computer, that was actually Steam, is
Right. Okay.
struggling to boot up. So everything
Um.
just went slow, like you couldn't open anything.
mm, I don't
So
know what that is about that update then, because that was like multiple screw ups then. Because
yeah,
my problem was kind of completely different from your problems. It was like specific to the dang capture card not working. So it was just like my computer was working fine. I was able to stream
oh, was
everything,
it?
but yeah,
Interesting.
everything was. It was literally just when I turned on my capture card, nothing else. Everything else worked perfectly.
Mm,
But yeah, so that, geez, that update just messed up everything, I
it
think.
is, yeah.
Yeah, and I stopped the updates too. So, and I didn't realize even my computer even updated because the wife was messing with the computer. So it's like, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize what was going on. So it took me way too long to figure it out, but glad I did.
But you did. Okay, that's
Yeah.
all that matters. Yeah.
Jan says this is probably the Switch. Got it mid July to play with AZ. That's awesome, Jan. That the Switch is your favorite hardware. I see. That's why I didn't want to say something obvious like the Switch. But the
Yeah.
Switch for me is definitely my favorite game of this year and towards the end of the year has been because I've actually been a PC gamer for years and I've played my Switch many more hours than I have my
True.
PC. I
True.
still can't live without the PC. I do everything on my PC. So
Right.
like I watch my shows, I like emails, even the fantasy basketball, everything's done on my computer, including even the streaming. But the Switch, outside of the computer, the Switch has definitely been my favorite tech. It's just so versatile. It
Yeah.
really is. It's just a testament to Nintendo and how versatile it is. Because I have a PS, I have an Xbox, I own an Xbox, and I have the PS4 here, and I don't play those as much, even though those are superior in the tech itself.
Right.
It's still not my favorite tech just because of how versatile the Switch is. Even on, as you guys know, I told you guys last week, I got sick 2 years ago. Well, I have to go to appointments kind of often, and one of the beauties is I can bring my Switch on an appointment, kind of wait for my doctor's visits,
True.
and I turn on my what you call the local internet on the phone. I can't think of the
Yeah.
name. My hotspot and
Hotspot.
hotspot, yeah, and it's beautiful because then I'm just playing 2K, even if it's just career. I'm playing that on the go, so it's just so good because I'm playing a console on the go. So definitely my favorite tech. What's up, T Mac? How's it going?
What up, T Mac? Yeah, Switch is dope, man. You guys hear it here in this channel. We love it. It's a game changer for sure. I'm still working on that video where I'm gonna be talking about, can the Switch replace the PS4 and the Xbox for me? And seriously, it's incredible. And Sunny, I think you're right on with that for sure.
Draven says his favorite device is the Xbox, which is
Xbox, yeah,
that's
I
that's
saw that.
interesting. Xbox, do you have the Xbox One X or do you have the Xbox One S? Or what is it that you have, Dravens? And what games do you actually play on the Xbox? I'm kind of curious as to
Same
what you
here.
play. Yeah. Seth says the Switch is well for him, so a lot of us are the Switch, which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys think Verizon or AT&T can provide data service to the Switch? You mean as a standalone? I would have an idea. Is that something maybe you can answer?
So here's the deal. A lot of people were excited. Nintendo messed with that idea. But so here's the thing, the was it Vita PSP? I think it was Vita had the 3G capability, and it ran on the AT&T towers, and it was so ridiculous. I feel like cell phones are at a good place where like most service. Most cell phones allows you to like have the mobile hotspot like Sunny was talking about. Um, with AT&T, I remember the price was like $70 a month to connect to PSP or PS Vita monthly, and it was 3G, and so that messed with the performance. So the thing with like gaming, right? You don't want, for like a publisher, you don't want like connection to be something that makes it a better experience for your consumers. So if someone's buying like a, like a AT&T or Verizon Nintendo Switch and the connection sucks, let me say it's running on 3G. I know for the PS Vita it was because it was running on 3G and it was so slow. So playing online games was terrible, lagged. I think Nintendo didn't go that route because they didn't want that same thing to happen. If you're playing with Wi-Fi, it's your connection. If you have a great connection, the game is bound to, run well. If you have a crappy connection, then you can say, oh, it's my connection, it's not AT&T. So I don't think we're gonna see it for the Switch just for that reason because it was very negative for the PS Vita when it came out. Honestly speaking, though, you have your cell phone. It's free. Most service plans have that built into it. You don't have to pay an extra $60, $70 a month to AT&T
It's
Verizon.
nice because I have Sprint. I don't know if Sprint's good compared to anybody else. I've just had it for a long time, and I think they just upgraded it to like 50 gigabytes for a
Oh,
hotspot.
really?
Yeah, it used to be just like
Wow.
10, and now it's 50. I never use it, but I was like, oh shoot, thanks. It's
Yeah,
free, so
yeah.
it's kind of
Seriously,
nice.
that's dope. That's dope. T Max says portable gaming over console gaming. I know it's crazy. Never in a million years would I think I'll be saying that, but the Switch definitely is a game changer.
Well, portable gaming, I'm not gonna play on my phone. Sorry, I'm not gonna lower myself to that. I'm already a PC gamer playing a Switch, so I'm already a traitor in some circles. So if I go to the phone, forget it. It's over. It's funny because I have a friend who I've been gaming with for 10 years, like a decade. And he like reluctantly admitted to me the other day. He's like, "Yeah, I play on the phone now," but it was so reluctant. It was cracking me up a little bit. And he plays, I guess, that Star Wars game or something, the one where
Oh
you
my
take turns,
gosh.
and I guess you can do raids, and I don't know. And I've seen gameplay of it. And I think I played it once, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm
Yeah,
not playing this."
yeah,
Draven says, I got an Xbox Slim. Games I play are Fortnite, Black Ops, Brawlhalla, Paladins, Realm Royale. So a lot of shooters, Dravens. That's cool. Well,
yeah,
that makes sense why you'd be on the Xbox, not the Switch, because the Switch doesn't have a lot
yeah,
in that regards to like those first person shooters. Um, but that makes sense. That's cool. That's cool that you like the Xbox.
yeah. True, true. T Max says, "Nah, Sonny, that's mobile gaming." Oh man.
No, I see what you're saying. The difference is portable versus mobile gaming. To me, I thought I was for a second. I wasn't sure if you were lumping mobile gaming with portable. Because if you were, I'm not with that. No, I'm sorry.
What up, E? What up, bro? How are ya? Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint. Coverage
Dang,
wise, that's pretty accurate. But
dang. I,
yeah,
I think I'm moving on from Sprint, so I'm with you guys on that.
have you
T-Mobile.
have you heard of Straight Talk, Sonny?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Is
Okay.
it good?
So I made a video on it. It's a gem. Not a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
people know about it. So pretty much you're paying $45 a month, and it says it's unlimited, but it's capped at 10 gigs for 45, and then if you do 54, it's unlimited. But pretty much you can use any of the four carriers. You can use Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, or T-Mobile, and as long as you have like a phone, like a Sprint phone, you can use the Sprint network on it. If you have a Verizon phone, so it gives you the option. So if you having like a terrible signal where you live in and you're using Verizon, you can just easily swap the SIM card and switch it to AT&T, and it's only $45 a month. It's unlimited text, phone, and you have like 10 gigs of data.
That's interesting. I'll have to look into it because my wife's big on where we got married. is in like the mountains somewhere in Northern California in the middle of nowhere. And we don't ever have reception. And I'm always worried that some bear or some wolf is going to come after us and we have no way of reaching anybody. We have to run to the landline that's in the house.
Oh man.
So, and I know I've seen wolves there, so, or little
Wow.
foxes, I should say. Um, so yeah, definitely something to consider for sure. And my contract, or not my, it's not a contract, but my thing's up in February to where the thing's paid off. So the little phones that we bought. So I have to find something for me and the wife. She's gonna want, and she always gets kind of gypped with phones. So I want her to get a good phone this time.
True. True.
I'll have to
That's
look into
awesome.
that.
Yeah. AT&T cheeks where I live. What do you mean cheeks?
Cheeks
You mean?
means no good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sucks. All right. Would you
ECN's
rather?
pretty hip with the kids and what they say.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'm too old. We just
I'm a bit old too. It's fine.
yeah, it's all good. Would you rather Switch Pro or Switch Slim, T-Mac? I think a Switch Pro. Just being real. I think the Switch is already very sorry about my voice. The Switch is already very portable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with a Pro, we can experience close to like current gen consoles. I think, for instance, a game like Doom and Wolfenstein with a little bit more, firepower or horsepower, it can get close enough to like what we seen on not PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, but the normal PS4. Personally, I would prefer a Pro. I hope they make a Pro.
Yeah, I do too. That'd be awesome, man. That's oof.
Yeah.
I that's one of those I'd get a must buy it. I have to
Oh
convince the
yeah,
wife to let me get a pro, but
for sure, for sure. I would say Sprint in my area. Yeah, but
jeez.
that's
Yeah, I just was reading that as you were reading it. Oh, you played Sprint
that's crazy. Wow.
and Empire Switch would be powerful.
Oh, it's not. Are we gonna? What time is it? Probably not. I don't know. I gotta rest my throat, man.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wouldn't yeah, I would rest
yeah,
that for sure.
yeah. This.
Draven says he's debating Smash or 2K19.
Oof.
Honestly, Dravens, if I'm being objective, definitely go with the higher quality game, and that's Smash. There's no even a debate. Um, 2K19, it just depends. If you want to just play career and by yourself, then you'll be fine. But if you want to actually play online or play with people, Smash is where it's going to be at. 2K19, you can play with us on the streams, but that's about the only perk I can imagine with 2K19. So it just kind of depends. Smash is just a high quality game. It's really fun. It really is a lot of fun. When
Yeah,
you play with friends, with people, like when I've done the streams, it's a
yeah.
ton of. I'm having a blast.
Right.
It's so much fun. If I'm playing on my own, I'm not having as much fun. But that's more about the genre itself. I'm not a big fighting genre person. So, but even then, for me to like enjoy the game as much as I do, when I play with people, like on Sunday, I had my brother over, I had my a friend over, and we were playing, and we were having a blast.
Yeah.
And it's just so much fun. And I'm gonna be doing Christmas stuff. I'm gonna be going to the wife's family, and then Tuesday gonna go to my own family with my mom and all that, and we're gonna be all playing Smash there. It's gonna be it's just one of those
That's
games. It's
awesome.
so much fun, man. So
Oh yeah.
definitely recommend Smash for sure.
Yeah. Same here. Smash is dope. 2K has some issues, man. Just being real. Um, and 19, wait, 20 is gonna come next year. So I think like Smash is gonna be one of those games that last a long time. They're just gonna keep pumping updates because we're not gonna see a new Smash until like 2 years, maybe even longer than that. So
Oh yeah,
Nintendo
longer.
has, yeah, Nintendo's been doing a great job recently with like updating the games. Um, so yeah,
T Mac favorite console. That's probably an easy one for almost everybody on the channel is the Switch, for
yeah.
sure.
It
Yeah.
used to be the PS4 for me.
Hmm.
Um, I love Sony's first party exclusive. Now it'll be interesting. This talks about like Sony creating a portable device. It'll be interesting.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
gone. I am gone. It'll be
Yeah.
just for like Pokemon when Pokemon comes up, but I am gone if PS4 makes
Oh
a,
my
a
gosh,
Switch
right,
rival. I'm
right,
gone.
right.
Yep.
They I am so bummed with the PS Vita because I feel like
I bought
that
it.
could have been. Huh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
did. I bought the PSP and it had one analog stick, but apart from that, that was the only thing I didn't like about it because it's difficult playing 3D games. But when the Vita came out, I was like, so what they said was our goal is to bring console quality experience on the go. So that got me like so pumped. The thing is, like, Sony did not support that console at all. They released Uncharted with the launch, and then Killzone about a year and a half after. And that is the only two AAA games that they released on that platform. And then the memory card was ridiculously expensive. Why didn't they just use the normal SD, micro SD like Nintendo did? So I feel like Sony killed that console themselves. So maybe they've learned a lot from Nintendo. We'll see what they do. But what if the PS5 is the Switch rival? So I think going forward, what is going to happen is going to be like I think the GeForce Now is kind of one of the first. So pretty much cloud gaming. You guys might think this is dumb, but being able to play your games on any device, right? Even on your phone. If you can get a control attachment, like a PS4 control, attach it to this, and have like the GeForce Now experience. Let me say, Microsoft already announced they're working on it. PlayStation has the PlayStation Now, and they already announced they're gonna beef it up. So I think that's gonna be the future, just being able to play a game on any screen. So I don't think necessarily they need to create another handheld. They just need to find a way to. There's a lot of screens everywhere. There's your phone, there's your tablet, and in the cars now. Cars, I mean, Tesla has that big old screen. And so just being able to find ways to play games on those screens, I feel like that's where companies might be looking at.
I have to agree with you actually. And I know they tried that years ago, and it didn't work. I think the tech just wasn't there, and the
Yeah,
people were, and it just, and I think it was like GameFly, like they had like a sub
they
company,
did.
and they were
They
trying to
did.
do it. Even I tried it out back then, and it wasn't good. And it looks like it's still getting better, but it still looks like they're in beta, right? Because I think you were
Yeah,
trying it out, and it was lagging, and some people have tried it
yeah.
out, and they've had issues, but other people have tried it out, and they've been not having as many issues. So
I will
um,
tell you, GeForce Now is excellent. Like, it's incredible. Google was working on theirs, and they had the Assassin's Creed, and that lagged like crazy. But playing Fortnite in GeForce Now, there's no input lag at all. It's really smooth.
nice.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I see potential there for sure.
I agree. I think I don't want to keep looking over Draven. Draven's said something about what's your thoughts on the PlayStation Classic? That's that little mini one, right?
Yeah, I
I
bought
heard
it.
bad things, right? Oh, there you go. You bought it. Well, there
I
you go.
returned it.
There you go. Just let us know why. I'm actually curious to hear about that too.
Oh my gosh, it's so useless, bro. Like,
Oh,
they gave so the controller is the OG controller. So when Ape Escape was the game that brought the dual analog stick to the PlayStation 1, and that game came out like close to the end of the PlayStation lifestyle. But then other great games came out that support the analog stick, like Metal Gear and Final Fantasy. But I guess Sony forgot that because a controller does not have an analog stick. So you playing these 3D games with like D-pads, and it's just so uncomfortable.
that's awful.
So uncomfortable. And the game selection's terrible. Like, it's not they didn't. They just thought they can make anything, and just put it out there and people buy it. They didn't think a lot with that. Nintendo, I feel like they put a lot of thought into creating their classic console. Sony didn't. They didn't think, because if they did, they would not put that control in there, and they would have picked better games. I thought. Don't waste your money. They already dropped the price. It's already $25 off. So don't waste your money in that, bro. Seriously, you can play all those games on your with emulators on your phone. Really, if you want to. That's what I was saying.
T-Mac says you should have hacked it.
Yeah, people are doing that,
They deserve it, I'm sure.
but no, it's not. There's so many other great things you can buy for $100, man. That's definitely not worth 100. Um, but yeah, I was gonna review it, but I didn't even think it was worth reviewing. And
Oh,
I was just
dang.
like, this is a waste of time to review. Like, and
You
then
should you
other,
should have just reviewed it and said how bad it was and then returned
yeah.
it.
The thing is, like, other YouTubers, I feel like have already beat it up already. So I'm just like, it's already out there.
Oh,
No
okay.
need to,
Yeah, that
no
makes
need to
sense.
do that. But it was bad. It's bad. I'm really disappointed. But yeah. Anyway, so what are y'all's favorite console of this year? I know you guys are mostly gonna pick the Switch, but I'm interested to know. I think ZX said Xbox. I want to know if like anyone think otherwise apart from the Switch.
I mean, I've been playing the PS4 this year for the first time. And I've liked my experience for the most part. It's been pretty good. I like it more than the Xbox, but I think the Xbox UI has been better as well. So it seems like they've kind of improved it. I did want to, and it probably won't happen until next month, but I did want to try out some of the online services, but not for me because I won't play them, but more for my little brother. See if I can convince his mom to get him a sub on one of these because with that he has like this bevy library of games to play. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Ace.
Yeah.
But I know they each have their own online services where you can play kind of like the older games.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that that he'll enjoy that and see how that works, and that might be something worth doing like a review over for like a kid with autism and see if there's any games, maybe kid approved games within those things. Do a video on something like that. I think that'd be kind of unique. But yeah, I've enjoyed the PlayStation 4. The Xbox in the past I haven't enjoyed, but it looks like it's getting better, so it's decent. But yeah, so those are my thoughts for sure.
True. I think the better Seth. Seth said Soldier Boy console. Oh man, that's funny. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. If you guys haven't been following with that, just YouTube it. It's ridiculous. But I guess a better question would be like, who had the best like exclusives this year? Like comparing Sony, Microsoft, and Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Who do you guys feel like had the best exclusive games to their system this year?
That's got to be
Personally, go
Sony
ahead.
for me.
Sony, yeah, I would say Sony knocked it out of the park this year. It's gonna be hard to for them to top that next year. Seriously, Nintendo last year I felt had the best with Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Arms, and Xenoblade Chronicle. They just killed it last year, but I feel like Sony took this. I'm still waiting for a year where Microsoft has the
I
best.
would, yeah, I would say Switch would be second place, and then
Yeah,
Microsoft third, because the pirate game and the zombie. What else? And some of the racing car games, but I don't know anything about those. So,
yeah,
shoot, yeah, Microsoft loses in my book quite a bit. They heavily discount their system though. That's part of why they probably do it. But
Yeah.
I have to ask real quick. Jan says his first console since the PS3. Um, that's kind of the boat that I was kind of in. I'm curious, Jan, do you play any PC games or anything like that? That's just a question for Jan.
Uh,
But we'll see with Microsoft. I haven't heard anything about this upcoming next year for them. I know about The Last of Us for PlayStation,
yeah.
and I know Nintendo's got some stuff coming out. But I'm curious if Microsoft is going to literally do anything. So
So they have Crackdown 3.
no, that's not gonna. If that's all they got, that's not good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think I have number two, but I never played with it. I think it was like
Yeah.
$3
Yeah.
in the bargain bin, and I'm
It's
like,
it's not a good. It's okay. It's not great. They have Gears. There's supposed to be a new Gears game coming out next year. But again, Microsoft exclusives are the same. You got your Halo, you have your Gears, you got your Forzas.
oh yeah.
It's like a repeat every. I don't know. I'm sick of Microsoft exclusives, man. To be real.
Well, what is there to be sick of? There's hardly any to begin with.
Oh, snap.
Jeez.
Yeah, that is true.
It's
It
true.
is true. They used to have Fable. There's a game called Fable.
Fable was. I played the first one. I used to like Fable, and then they got worse and worse, and I don't
Yeah,
think they ever
yeah,
got any better.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Jan says what used to MMOs. What Jan? What MMOs? I'm sure I know all of them, so I'm curious what
Mm,
MMOs you mean in the
yeah,
chat.
good question. I still
I
know.
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, no. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was at GameStop, and one of the guys there is still playing Final Fantasy Online like hardcore. I didn't know people were still
The
playing
first one?
that game. No, the I think it's
Oh, you're talking
14.
about the 14. Okay, yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about that one. Yeah, that one I've heard is actually really good.
is it?
Yeah, yeah, I've
That's
heard
what
it's
he was
actually really
saying.
good. It's
Yeah.
got the card game from Final Fantasy VIII, so in my mind, I always wanted to try it out.
Oh,
I was a lot of people don't like Final Fantasy VIII, but that was my favorite. I know a lot of people like 7, that's the big
yeah.
one, or 10, or even some people even 9. But mine was 8. I loved 8 because it was one of the first games that I just like. I was so into the story and I beat it and
Mm.
everything. So Final Fantasy VIII, that's my jam right there. I've beaten it like 3 times. I think I even
Are
beat it
you
within the
serious?
last like 3 years. I just went and replayed it because I just wanted some nostalgia. So
Dang.
yeah.
I think I skipped 8. Now you're making me want to go back and play it. I think is that coming for the Switch? I know they're re-releasing all the Final Fantasies. Are they
I'm
bringing
not
it?
sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would play the one I want to play again is 10. I enjoyed 10 a
Yeah,
lot, and I
10
like
was
the mini game of the ball. I don't know what it's called now, but where it
I
was kind of
know,
like a,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about though?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
So I think I'd replay 10. I've beaten 8 so many times. Like I said, even within the last 4 years, I
Yeah,
don't think I'd play it again. But
yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Oh, I love it. The card game was my favorite. I loved collecting the cards in the card game, and it was so painful because if you would lose a game against somebody, you would lose your best. They have the right to take your best card.
Are you
So yeah,
serious?
so it had a little hardcore element to it. So I would like freak out if I would lose.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's nuts. I didn't know. Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely skipped 8. It would be good to replay this if they bring it back. Just one. Let me see. I think it's not 10. Is it 9? No, it's not 9.
9
Is
was
it?
good. 9 I beat 9, I
Right.
beat 10, and then I kind of stopped after 10.
Okay.
But 7, I think I played 8 first, then I went and beat 7. Or I'm sorry, yeah, I played 8 first, then I went and beat 7 because people were talking about how good 7 was.
Yeah.
And then I played 9 and 10, and yeah. Jan Brony says that he played WoW, Star Wars: The Old Republic. See, Jan, you and me,
Oh wow.
we're right there, neck and neck there, because I am a huge person with MMORPGs. I've put in all the most hours ever in MMORPGs in total. ARPGs would be my second. I was playing World of Warcraft as recent as last year, right before I found Ace's channel and I started playing 2K. I think I had a little stint where I played Path of Exile for like a month and a half or 2 months maybe, and then I saw Ace's channel, and everything's been. You've seen me here ever since. But prior to that, I was playing World of Warcraft. I was
Warcraft.
raiding. I was an officer in a guild, and I was raiding every week, and I was actually pretty good at the game, and I had a lot of fun. Whatever games that I play, Jan, I tend to like be really competitive in it, and I was really competitive in WoW and rating and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
that's cool, man. We'll have to like talk off this podcast at some point and talk about our MMORPG experiences, because you're sitting here playing 2K with us and Smash, so you're kind of in the same boat as I am. Where we're a little bit off our comfort zones in those games that we were playing, and now we're playing over here with some of you guys on here. But the community is just awesome here, so it's kind of hard to get pulled away and go back to those old games.
True. True. Yeah, you went ham on Diablo for the Switch, man. I was like,
Yeah,
holy smoke.
yeah, I love ARPGs, man. I do. There are those games where you can
Good.
just throw some music and you like relax, and you can play it and then quit it at any point, kind of like you do with your game with Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe. Yeah.
Warframe's kind of the exact same thing, because you could like theoretically could do what I do. Like that's what it's personally I like to put on music, but a lot of games you can't do that. So
Yeah.
I like to listen to some music, play, get into it, and just like
Yeah.
chill. And those types of games like Warframe, Diablo,
Yeah.
they're just really fun for that, to kind of get that one-on-one.
Sure.
But even when you want to pop in with buddies, it's perfect
Yep.
too. So that's what I love about those games. They're really versatile versus something like 2K is a little dependent on other people. If they're not
Yep.
around, you can't play. MMORPGs, like Jan was mentioning a bunch of those. You can play by yourself, but it's more fun to play in groups. So
It's true. It's true. I agree. So, does the assess does the Xbox perform better than PS4? I would have to say the Xbox One X for sure. Performs better than the PS4 Pro. Just been testing graphic comparison, and you can see like frame rate wise, when you compare games, the Xbox One definitely handles it better than the PS4 Pro. Um, so yeah.
T-Max said he's waiting for the Saints Row the Third, since the closest thing we could get to GTA. How come there isn't a new GTA? Why does it take them so long to kind of get some of these? Because I guess they were working on Red Dead, but
Yeah.
it's just amazing how like it's the same thing with Bethesda. They can do like a Fallout and take forever to do the Fallout, and then it'll take them like another 6 years to do Skyrim. Why can't they have two separate teams, taking, and then like, I don't know, maybe it's because those games are all so big.
Yeah.
And they just, I'm not going to pretend like I have any clue on how it all works, but it just like, it's crazy how it takes like sometimes a decade to get the sequel to some of these games. But Saints Row that I admittedly, I let my little brother sometimes play that, and it's a little nuts, and he goes crazy on that. I had to take it away from him the other day because he was doing some bad stuff on there. So I'm a bad big brother. I had to take that away from him.
Oh man. I think next year is going to be like the year that we see some pretty cool stuff from third. I think this year was good, right? We got Diablo, we got Warframe, we got Wolfenstein 2. We got some pretty decent Dragon Ball Z. We got some pretty decent third-party ports. I feel like next year we have Capcom coming in hard with the Resident Evil games. We have Square with Final Fantasies, Doom Eternal, and the next Wolfenstein they've been confirmed to come out next year, same day release. We have the Marvel game. I feel like next year we're gonna see third party go ham on the Switch. Dragon Quest again. I feel like that's probably where we'll see Rockstar be like, all these big companies are coming. Maybe we should be mindful of bringing GTA. I mean, GTA 5 was PS3 game, so I think the
I
Switch
know.
definitely can run
I
GTA.
know. That's what I'm hoping for. And a lot of people, like, just on a different subject, people keep hating on the ports coming over. I don't care, man. Just keep bringing them
Yeah,
over. What do you
bring 'em.
care about? What are people
Bring
complaining
'em.
about? There's
Yeah,
like usually separate studios that have nothing to do with the main studios anyways. It's not like
yeah,
they're taking time away from doing something
exactly.
that you think that they should be doing, because they're
Exactly.
probably not. So I'll bring all the ports they want over. There's some
Seriously.
games that I don't mind wanting. I would love for the Fallout games to come to the Switch.
Oh
I'm a
my
huge
gosh,
Fallout
yeah.
fan, so I'm like
Yeah.
one of the biggest Fallout fans. So if those came to the Switch, I would be all over those.
Oh yeah.
Any of them. any of the Fallout games. That would be like a day one stream for me. Even if it's old, I don't care. I'd go back. Fallout games are the ones I can always replay and have a ton of fun. So I
True.
mean, there's a lot of ports that I wouldn't mind seeing on the
True.
Switch. So I don't want to hear about that. Just,
Yeah.
I don't. That's not my. I would like to see some, some first part, some other ones coming over, and on day one releases as other consoles like the Switch. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll take anything that they want to give the Switch. So
Yeah. True. Like we've said here, the Switch makes you play games that you probably would not play in another console. For instance, Warframe I had for PC and PS4. Never touched that game in my life. And because of the portability factor of the Switch, I'm playing it on the Switch. So let those port come. People will play it, because of the portability aspect of the Switch. So yeah, I don't mind ports. They can
yeah.
keep coming. That doesn't Wait, they already have a Fallout.
No, they're talking about Fallout
Fallout.
Shelter, the phone game. Wah 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 wah.
Isn't that sad? It's hilarious.
Seth's on his troll game tonight.
Yeah, straight up, right? That's funny. Alright, so favorite game, since we were already talking about games, what are y'all favorite game of 2018? Like pick one. Just name your overall favorite game of 2018.
Oh
I'm
man.
interested to know what the Shadow's gonna pick. I'll
Yeah, me
just
too.
tell you mine straight up. I
Is it
think,
Warframe?
dude, it is. Just being real, it is. Like I put in close to like 70 hours in that game. I swear, I don't know what's going on. Like that game is taking over. Seriously, taking over. It's crazy. I'm picking that over God of War, picking it over Detroit, picking it over Red Dead, Smash, and Pokemon. It's crazy. It's really I don't know what's happening, but I would have to say so far that's my favorite game this year. I think Montana said 2019 NBA 2K. That's dope. That's dope. I'm glad you like it.
T-Mac says probably Salt and Sanctuary. By the way, T-Mac, that game looks really excellent.
What is that?
So it looks like it's kind of like a what's that game called? It just came out for the Switch not that long. Like Dead Soul, is it Dead something? Dead Souls? Is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. It's where
That
you
yeah.
where you it's like the hardcore game, but it's kind of like a
Uh,
platformer. The Salt and Sanctuary one's kind of like the platform version
ooh.
of it. And honestly, I've seen the videos, and it looks really excellent. It's one of those games I think I'm gonna just try on my own one of these days.
Uh-uh.
But it's an indie game, so you're probably not that interested in it. It's those indie type games, but
I'm
um,
watching some vids.
yeah. Jan
Int
says Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh,
what?
wow.
Really?
Jan,
Let
do
me
you know
find out.
Xenoblade Chronicles story with Ace? You should let him know.
Let me find probably what? Wait, seriously? That's your favorite game this year? That's cool. That's my one. Well, no, Zelda, I would have to say was my favorite game last year, but bro, I played that game hard, bro. Like, I put in over 70 something hours in the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. One of my favorite games, man. Favorite RPG games for sure in a long time. I still like indie games, yeah. I know. I'm not too big, but I'm slowly
It's all
getting
right,
a
T
bit
Mac. You have me here too. I represent the indie
yeah,
part of the channel,
sending
so I
sending
love indies.
a lot of
Love indies. Absolutely. And I actually, one of the few times when you feel like you're giving money to somebody like a developer, you feel good about giving money to indie people because they kind of can do their own thing and they're not
true,
sitting there in the hands of EA or all these other
true.
companies kind of giving you like the crappy monetizations and the crappy things they do to sell you games and DLCs and all this other stuff. So, big fan of indies. I know Seth loves. That's right, Hollow Knight. That was a tough game, Seth.
Ooh.
Seth, I picked it up again after that one day I streamed it, and it's a hard game. So I haven't been able to get back into it, but That's a good, solid game. It's very fun and very challenging. I think that's why I quit. It's something when something's challenging, I actually like I'm up for it, but that one was a bit much. I hated getting lost. I think that's my biggest thing. I hate getting lost, like not knowing where I'm supposed to go. That can drive me a little bit nuts. It's great, but hard. Yeah, T Mac says the same thing. And T Mac Dead Cells, excellent game. Streamed it a couple times on the channel.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend Dead Cells, another indie game, and I think it did win an award. We saw that. I saw that live actually. It did win one of those game awards that we recently talked about here on the channel. So
Yeah.
it's funny because you guys are talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. One of the things that I never played it, but one of the things I noticed, and I know I told you this, Ace, but I'm telling it to Jan now, especially since he just told me that he liked a lot of those MMORPG games. To me, it actually looked like it had a lot of MMORPG combat.
Yeah.
And that actually turned me off. I'm like, I'm
Oh, you
done. I don't want to
did?
play more MMORPG combat type games. So it
Oh,
turned me
that's
off from playing
interesting.
Xenoblades. Yeah, that turned me off personally. So Jan, I'm curious to hear what your perspective is because I know Ace doesn't really play MMORPGs, but you do. Is the
Yeah.
combat really similar to MMORPGs, Jan? Like, is it kind of like queued up base where it's like you press, you know what I'm talking about, like basically a World of Warcraft type of combat? I'm curious to see what your position is on that, Jan.
So it's pretty reading all y'all's comment. It's pretty interesting because like no one is mentioning Pokemon Smash or Red Dead. I'm seeing a lot of like indie games, and I think that's awesome. Like people enjoying indie games, picking those as your favorite games this year. It's pretty cool.
I think mine would be, and I haven't said mine because I was thinking about it, but even though I haven't put as many hours as I like into it, but I've put a decent amount. It would be actually Red Dead, I think. I've had
Ooh,
a lot of fun with Red Dead, and
really?
for me, it's met my expectations weren't that high though. So I
Yeah,
guess some people had really high expectations, but not mine. They weren't that high. Like I knew it'd be a solid game,
right.
but
What
it's
what do you
been.
like about Red Dead?
I like how immersive it is. It's very immersive. You actually
Mm,
feel like you're in its own world. A lot of
really?
games have issues these days with trying to kind of capture that,
Right.
where you feel like you're in a world, and that game for me kind of gave that. Where you have kind of random events. You can be like riding around, all of a sudden someone's asking for help, and you pull over,
Mm,
and you help that person, and then like it can be literally like 2 days later you're playing in the game, and that person that you met up will come up to you and be like, "Yo, you helped me out 2 days ago from this bandit, let me hook you up with this," or they'll give you like a tip for something, and that tip will lead you on to something else and a whole different adventure. So it's like really immersive, and I enjoyed that part of it. But yeah,
that's cool. It's really cool. I have to sit down and play that game for sure. It looks good, man. It looks really good. I'm glad you're liking it. That's awesome.
uh,
C-Max says stick to mainstream gaming. Yeah.
T Max says Hollow Knight is so easy. Man, Sunny, Hollow Knight is so easy to get lost in. I know it was way too like easy to get lost in that one. It was insane, but it's a solid game, and I see why Seth likes it and why it's revered. And definitely one of those games that I recommend if you want something challenging, but it's a good cheap price and it's actually pretty in depth. Hollow Knight's a great game, and I could definitely see that being one of the favorite. And then Seth said Smash
Yeah.
2K, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
That is cool.
Jan said, "What Xenoblade took me by surprise. Love the grind and all the stuff you can do. Need to go back and pimp my poopy. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, Poppy.
Poppy.
Oh
Is that
man,
whole game voice narrated?
it is.
Oh,
It
that's
is.
really cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, the cutscenes, man, they're just incredible. I like it. I like it a lot. The story, I'm not gonna. Did you beat it yet, Jen? For those of y'all who I don't want to spoil it, but the ending was it's so dope. So
Nice.
dope. Yeah.
So he said that I got my itch. I was more action combat like. I'm guessing he's saying BDO is Black Desert Online, which I didn't play much Black Desert Online, but
Mm.
I know it was very action oriented. The combat in that looked pretty good. But Xenoblade 2 gave me that whole Q turn based, can't pinpoint the MMO vibe I got. Okay, cool. To me, it looked like it looked a little, maybe it just looked slow to me, the combat. And to me, that kind of gave me the MMO RPG vibe. So maybe that's kind of what I'm referring to. T-Mac, yes. Have you heard of Moonlighters? T-Mac, you have no idea. I've been so broke lately, so I've not been able to buy that game. But T-Mac, I want to play Moonlighter on the Switch so bad. If I ever get it, I'm gonna make a video on it, just a random gameplay video. I don't think it would like blow up or anything, but I've been wanting to play Moonlighter so bad. Actually, when it came out, I really wanted to get it, but I just didn't have the money for it. I know it's not that expensive. I think it's like 25 bucks, but Moonlighter is one of those, and that's an indie game. Ace, you're probably like, what the heck is this guy talking about? But
I'm
it's
looking it up now.
Moonlighter is, oh, it looks so dope, man. I want to play it so bad. I've been wanting to play it on the PC, and I have it on my Steam wish list, but I'd rather play it on the Switch just because I'd rather have that mobile. But it's kind of has that like dungeon where you kind of go for loot, but instead of keeping the loot, I think you try to sell it to people and you try to make money, and you open up a little shop. So it's kind of got that I don't know how to explain it, but I've actually been the type of person that's like the farming type games. What are they called? The ones that are on the 3DS, like I can't remember the names. I'm sure somebody will remember. Yeah, Harvest Moon. I actually kind of like those games. And you saw me playing. Remember how you first saw me streaming Stardew Valley? And by the way, they do have the Stardew Valley multiplayer. By the way, is up and running. We should give that a shot one day. But so I like the Stardew Valley type game. So it kind of gives me that Stardew Valley type feel with the depth of it. So Moonlighter is a game that I definitely want to pick up and try. And T-Mac says I'll have to pick it up. It seems cool. Yeah, T-Mac, if you try it out, let me know how you like it. See if you recommend it to me. But yeah, definitely, Moonlighter is one of those games I want to play.
Yeah, it looks good. I was just looking at the trailer. Yeah, Jen, you haven't. Oh, so you did beat. What did you think of the ending without giving spoilers? Yeah, I don't know how people play new game plus. If yeah, like when I'm done with a game, I'm done. Like I don't know, like people play it, but if I beat a game, I guess like I don't have time. So playing the game to me is just it takes a lot. So when I beat it, like I'm done. But kudos to you guys who go back and play it for the second time. I think it's cool if you do.
PUBG Mobile for Switch would be awesome. I kind of agree, Ravens. I'd give that a shot. I would be more into that than Fortnite in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't. You know, that's the thing with the developers of PUBG. They're too slow. And I think that's why Fortnite is just kicking the butts. PUBG was way more popular than Fortnite, you know, and then they just are too slow with updates, too slow with, you know, bringing it to other. I mean, they were exclusive to Xbox for a year or two, and it just released on PS4 this year. Fortnite just you can get it anywhere, anytime. You know, it's not for the Switch for God's sakes. Like I don't know, PUBG's just way too slow. I feel like that's why Fortnite is killing them. But it would be dope to see that on the Switch, for sure.
Yeah.
Once I beat the game, I never have the motivation to do the other side quests. I'm the same way. I bought the update, the story DLC update for Breath of the Wild, and I never touched it. I was like, yay, you know, Champions of Ballad, right? I was excited because it's supposed to be like a story content. Never touched it. It just when I beat the game, I'm done. I don't know. It's weird. Like really, yeah, okay, so dope. You like the ending, Jen. Cool. Yeah. The ending made that game worth it. It's a long, difficult game, but the ending definitely paid off, I would say. Good. I'm glad you liked it. Are you guys buying DLCs for I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Just being honest. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think I am. I still only unlock like 24 characters, so I still got a long way to go, bro. But yeah.
I'm a little confused. T-Mac, you said Sultan Sanctuary goes all the way to new game plus 7. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but It's one of those games for sure. Like I said, if I find a sale on it, it's actually it's not too pricey. It's only $18. If I see it, I'm definitely gonna get a hold of it. It looks excellent. So
Yeah. When
so
did they come out on the
I don't
Switch?
know. It must have been one of those games that kind of secretly came out because
Right.
I never heard anything about it. And I'm actually surprised because I kind of go through every indie game that's coming out new and I take a look at it. And I must have just looked past it. And I should have just looked at some game because I'm looking at the screenshots. They're not too bad. So
Yeah.
it said it released in October, I think. No, not October. September,
Hmm.
I think, or August, one of those dates. So it's not that long ago.
Okay.
I bet
I'm
Ace would buy DLC for Warframe. Is there Ace DLC that you got to buy for Warframe?
no, it's all free, baby. So I love the games. All free, y'all. All free. But tell me why I've spent $60 on that game so far. Yo, like I have a huge problem with that game. Seriously, guys. Like it's bad. It's really
That's
bad.
that's awesome though. It's fun when you have a game that you're that into. You know, that's awesome. I would tell you too when you stream it, just stay streaming it. You know, everybody's giving you the 2K
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
Just enjoy, just play it, man. Just if
I
you're
think
because
yeah, I think
honestly, the
so.
one night I haven't seen the last couple ones. I don't remember which night I was. You were building up some people. There was people coming
Yeah,
in. There was new people coming in. They were coming to the Warframe stream, and
yeah,
you were adding people to your list. And even though it was just a little bit of a slow build up, there was like three new people,
yeah,
and that's what it takes. It's a
yeah.
slow build up. And
Just consistency for sure.
yeah. So definitely keep at it, man. If you're having fun, that's important. And you're entertaining too, so people will stick around if they see it. So
Cool. Yeah, I do plan on stream that game, y'all. I know you guys love 2K, but I think I'm gonna stream 2K too, but I do plan on stream Warframe. I think there's a huge update called Fortuna. I hope I'm saying that right, but just came out for PC like a month ago. Came out for the PS for this month. It's supposed to be coming out early next year for the Switch. I feel like people are going to be really interested in seeing how that update runs on the Switch. So I'm trying to get my character to be high level enough to run those missions. So that's why in a way I'm grinding hard. But I think it's going to pay off because again, I think I'm one of the only like YouTuber who actually is playing this game. I feel like when that update comes, we're gonna truly see um like who's been like consistent with playing the game. And I think it'll be a good push for that game on this channel for sure. I feel like we'll get some new peeps. And yeah, I feel like people will be excited to see that huge update for the Switch. But
Montano says like 2K19 and Smash Ultimate. Any other games you guys want to play online on the Switch? Online with other people, or would you just mean playing on the Switch any sort of games? I don't think there's any other game on the Switch that's online. Ace is already playing Warframe, so that's his answer probably.
yeah,
So
sure. I mean, the truth is like next year, this oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many games coming. Actually, I can't think of like there's gonna be a lot of great single player games, but I can't think of like great online games though. I don't know. We'll probably stream 2K19 until 2K20 comes out, and then
pretty much.
Warframe will be a game that I stream for a little bit, and Smash, Smash will be Smash. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, I mean Rec Center Friday's not going away. Every Friday that's going to be a thing as long as my computer's working. So
sure.
as long as that's working, 2K at least once a week will be streamed at a specific date, very minimum. But I plan to just kind of variety stream. There's games coming up that I do want to play. So it'll be interesting. I do want to stream one of these days some PC games because that's actually I kind of want to get back into it a little bit. So
Yeah,
there'll be some stuff coming up for
for
sure
sure.
that we'll be playing online games with other people, but it might not be on the Switch.
Yeah,
So
true. Like Anthem, we talked about that.
yeah, Well, yeah, I linked you some stuff. Not sure if you
Yeah,
ever saw it, but
I
it said
did.
the
I
loot was
did.
the Diablo style type loot. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So that could be a game you and I really get into if you're into the Warframe, and I know I'm kind
I,
of in. So
bro,
I think
we,
and we could link up there. So
yes. Anthem is that game that I'm really excited for to
are
like.
you
Yeah,
perfect? Well, there you
yeah.
go. We're both really excited for that one.
So,
So that's something to look forward to and talk about.
yeah, for sure,
Awesome.
for
Yeah.
sure.
The
Um,
question that I keep saying to you though is where are we gonna play it though? Are we gonna play it on a console where I'm gonna struggle with a controller? Maybe I could plug a keyboard and mouse. I'll have to look into it because
yeah.
I think I wouldn't mind a console, but
Wait,
because
is it out for PC? It's coming
I
out.
thought it was, yeah. Let me see, Anthem.
Dude, I honestly will get it for PC
Okay,
because of the portability factor of being able to take my.
it says
With games
it's
like that, you need that, for instance, like with Destiny, they have a dude called Desert that comes only on weekends. And so if you're away and your console's at home, you can't purchase what he has. So with games like that, if it's gonna be anything like Destiny, it'll be good to have a portable device where you can play it on. So I would prefer getting it on the PC, honestly.
all
So
right, and it is. I just looked it up. It says the game is slated for a worldwide release for
nice.
Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on February 22nd, 2019. So that's
Ooh,
actually about
let's
exactly 2 months
go.
away.
Wow.
So there we go. It'll be interesting to mess with some PC streaming and see how that goes. But I could see me going ham, like you like to say. It's going
Yeah.
ham on that game for sure. So
Right.
yeah,
Right. That's awesome. Let's do it. Excited for that.
perfect.
When is the couple?
We just talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it can happen next week. I'll talk to my wife and see what his schedule's
Yeah,
like.
you guys are the more busier couple.
Yeah.
Give us a date, time. I'll tell my wife, and she will proceed to freak out big time because she's already been freaking out when I tell her about it. Like she's literally freaking out.
Is
She
she?
starts almost berating me a little bit too. She's like, "You can't get mad at me, and we need to practice and all this other stuff." And I'm just like,
Oh, snap. That's right. God says going there. My oh shit. Ah, man. What do you guys' favorite Christmas wish list? I really don't have one, honestly speaking. I think birthdays and Christmas are, I don't know, when you have kids, it's more about them than like, I don't know, maybe I'm too old, but it's just like I don't really get excited with like what I'm gonna get for Christmas these days. My voice, yeah, I'm drinking tea. My throat is it's kind of a bummer because I planned on like making a couple of videos and I can't really do that. But hopefully, I wasn't supposed to be talking this long, but this
"Uh."
is too fun. But hopefully,
Yeah, Grosk, and look at the beginning of the rewind so you can hear about all the issues that I've been having. But
yeah,
I'll be having some videos up here soon myself. So for Christmas lists, wish list, I am actually not usually into the holidays like Aces, but the last couple of years, my wife, Christmas will be that time where I'll actually ask for something. Because when I was young, I actually didn't get Christmases because of the
sure.
way I was brought up. I was actually brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, so they
Uh,
don't celebrate any stuff.
right.
But it was the parents, so I wasn't part of the religion, but they were. At least my dad was, and so I didn't get a lot of stuff. So I've never looked forward into it until kind of the wife, and so now I'll
Uh,
ask for something expensive. And so she's been getting
right.
kind of annoyed. She's been like, "You're so expensive," and all this other stuff, and all I ever ask is for stuff that I need, and I never
Yeah,
ask for anything. So this
yeah.
year, and I know she's sleeping right now. Hopefully she doesn't hear this. I'm not going to tell you guys what I got her, but I actually got her a really nice gift this year, so I'm hoping she likes it. A
Nice,
really expensive, nice gift I couldn't
nice.
afford, but I'm tired of her complaining.
She can hear
So
you.
yeah, yeah. She can't hear me. She's like the room right next to me. But yeah,
That's cool, man. That's cool. She's gonna appreciate it. That's what's up. That's awesome. How long are you how long have we been streaming for actually? It's a good question. Um Yeah.
I lose my train of thought, but I was gonna say that. So I also asked for a microphone. So I'm gonna be getting a microphone from my mom, and I think my brother. I think they're both going in together on it, so it's not as expensive. But I'm getting one of those Blue Yeti microphones, so I'm
Ken
excited.
said Sonny making sure he's talking extra loud. Oh man.
My wife is gonna have a lot to say when she gets on one of these microphones one day. She's gonna start complaining about me left and right.
Oh man. That's hilarious. That's funny. T series. Oh gosh. It's kind of interesting, ZX, because like I said, I like Bollywood movies and T series, Indian Bollywood company. But I think it's pretty cool seeing like what the YouTube community is doing to rally behind PewDiePie. And like, I know this might sound petty and childish, but like, Logan Paul, and who hates PewDiePie, is like trying to get his subs to like support. I don't know. I think that's cool. Like, they don't want to see a major corporation like be the number one. Um, you know, be the number one subscriber on YouTube. But I think it's inevitable. Yeah, like PewDiePie is, ahead. Last time I checked, it was like 1.4 million. But it's inevitable. They're gonna surpass him. Um, so just enjoy it while it lasts. Honestly, Logan Paul and Jake, yeah, they are. And sorry, y'all, for talking about the Paul brothers, but ever since Logan's incident with, the first video, like, his channel just, I think, yeah, it's not good. He was one of the like fastest growing YouTuber, and just this year alone, he's gained like just 1 million or 1 million plus sub. It's not looking too good for him, but Jake is doing pretty well. He was rated number two, most that made the most income on YouTube this year, and he grew like 3 or 4 million this year alone. So he's doing alright. I don't really like them, but I like to know what's going on in the YouTube community. So um, I do have to say though, I love what what's his name, Shane Dawson is doing with his videos. The Tana video, the Jake Paul video, he's thinking about like doing Justin Bieber stuff and all that stuff. I think it's cool what he's doing. So he's another YouTuber that I'm watching and following. Anyway, let's let's move on. Lasagna. You forgetting a B before the lasagna, Grosk. But uh, that's why Logan is stupid trying to become a little more. Yeah, what's funny with the whole Logan thing, is like, I have learned, like before the KSI fight, he was like, I have learned, I'm trying to be different. And then he was like saying, like, KSI, you like the old me, I have changed. You should, try to change your life and all that stuff. And then in his next video, he's just back to his old low. Yeah, yeah. Why am I even talking about this stuff, bro? All right, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know any about that stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, I like to stay up to date with what's going on YouTube. Um, but I would tell you the latest thing. This is the last thing I'll say about YouTubers. But like, have you heard the Kodasi diss track against KSI? If you haven't checked it, check it out. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's called Insecure. It's pretty good. But anyway, again, for real, moving on.
Gross
Moving on.
said put Ace riding a horse making a 3-pointer for next year's rewind, but
Oh gosh,
he's got to have his hat on though. He's got to have the cowboy hat on.
I gotta have the and the glasses, bro. That's hilarious. But yeah, just gonna. What time is it? Gonna open this up for some Q&A. I think we've covered most of the stuff on the title. Oh, Switch sales. If you guys are not aware of it, check it out. The top Sony PS4 was the most selling console for the month of November, but Switch was the second. But they were saying when it comes to revenue wise, Switch made the most revenue because it's sold at a high price tag. And then I think Red Dead was the top game, but Pokemon came right under. But the Switch is killing it sales wise. In and then Smash is just still shattering records in America. I think it sold 3 million alone in America, and 1 point some in Japan, probably more right now. But yeah, that's I was gonna go more into it, showing you guys a website, but it's probably boring stuff. Show yourself on stream, guys. Right there. YouTuber without his son is the reason. Oh gosh, hilarious, Seth.
Cross said, Sonny's, what's your first name? My first name is Joshua, but no one calls me Joshua. They say Josh.
Josh. It's right there when he talks. You can see it. Did you know that, Sonny? It says Josh.
No, I don't. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
right there. Yep. Did Sonny have a show? Yeah, you guys have to watch Sonny's first streams. He had a cam.
I'll have a cam again. Just give it a couple more months for sure. Right now, I have to actually I think I have to set up a USB hub, so I actually have more USB plugins so I can actually plug in the camera. So, but yeah, just give it a couple more months. I'll have it all set up. Everything's gonna look more professional on my end. I'm gonna try my best.
Cool.
I'm pretty big on that, Joshy. Yeah.
Oh man, I knew that was coming.
The only people that ever called me Joshy were little girls back in the day after me.
Oh, they're gonna go ham with that, bro. You
That's fine.
just
That's
gave them
fine.
some ammo right there.
That's all right. I actually hate being called Joshua. That actually bugs me because my mom when she when I'm in trouble, it's Joshua,
Joshua.
and then I know I'm like in trouble for something.
Yeah.
And so I was a troublemaker when I was young. So, and even to the day, she still does it. So, Ace and Joshy.
Oh gosh, that's funny. I have the name this easiest to make fun of. Gorski. Really? I don't think your name is easy to make fun of. But yeah, so let's take like 10 minutes real quick, do some Q&A. You guys have already started, but let me know what you guys, if you guys have any questions, what you guys are thinking about, and we'll try and answer them. Oh, your first name. What are you guys' New Year's resolutions? I this might sound crazy, but I don't want to work for anyone. I wanna be self-independent, self-employed. I wanna start my private practice and stop working for people. I want YouTube, the private practice, and the Amazon thing that I'm doing to be my full-time income. I'm to the point where I'm not motivated when I'm working for people, so I need to just kind of do my own thing in a way. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish next year, but we'll see. Well, it's hard to do that when you're married and when you are, supporting the family because having a job that provides like steady income, the wife likes it, just being real, knowing that the security and finances. But I don't know, I'm less motivated to work for people. And that's like my performance at work is going down. So I need to um, just do my own thing. So that's my New Year's resolution.
T Mac, that's a great question, and I actually present that question to everybody too in the chat. What
Yeah,
are your guys' New Year resolutions, and if there's anything that you guys are hoping for Christmas, I'd like to hear about that in
true.
the chat as well. Dravens, that question's a little political. I don't think I'm going to answer that personally. So
What
just
did
being
he
real,
say? What did,
political questions are a little rough.
yeah,
Um,
real name is
but the only thing I'll say is what other people like. I have no problem with other people and what they're doing and stuff like that. So, but that's about all I can say about that. And Jambroni says, any other hobbies besides tech and gaming? I love playing basketball. Go figure, Jen. I love basketball. I love watching basketball. And I guess some football too. But I actually love playing basketball, Jen. And I actually want to get back into that. And so that actually ties into the question that T Mac asked. He said, New Year's resolution. My biggest New Year's resolution after what I told you guys last podcast 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer and all that, is to actually get healthy. Not so much for just even my physical health, but my mental health. I need to get healthy because Ace knows when my scans and starts happening, I start freaking out a little bit, and I let him know, hey, I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
yeah,
So I think more than anything, my mental health, I got to definitely just improve my health so that way I can be like, okay, I'm positive, I'm feeling positive and feeling good about going into my doctor's visits because I have a lot of doctor visits because I have to just get checked up constantly to make sure something's not off. So definitely getting healthy is my biggest. Physically and mentally is my biggest resolution. So that was a great question, T Mac, for sure.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, my New Year's resolution is keep my room cleaner. It's a good one. Mine's to save money, T Mac. Good luck with that with all the lineup that the Switch has, but that's a good resolution. Um, become more mature and adults, Jan. Okay, that's a good one too. Um, need to drive ASAP. I thought there's one that I saw that I'm not seeing. Okay, upload more on YouTube. Okay, ZX, cool. That's awesome. It's a good goal too. Um, all right. Yeah. Do I want to be an entrepreneur? Yeah, I do. I think it's in our blood in a way. My dad was one. So I'm from Nigeria. If you guys didn't know, my dad was one of the first entrepreneurs. At the age of 18, he was a millionaire. He was like one of the first people that was importing, exporting goods from China, from India. Um, you know, bring
So
that.
that's why you thought about importing yourself because I think you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Amazon
S-
FBA. That's the third, thing that
So
I
that's where
wanted.
you got that from your dad.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So I'm always like business mind. Even the whole barter like a boss thing, just flipping items. I'm always thinking business. I got my undergrad in business as well. Um, one of the reasons why I became a therapist was to do marital counseling and family counseling, but not working for an agency, but working out of my own private practice. But with life, having a kid in grad school, and no, being pregnant in grad school, having a kid right after we graduate, and trying to find a place, I just got lost. But I think 2019 is the year to just focus and go back to that. But yeah, I love entrepreneurship. I love it. I do. In a way, YouTube is a business. Like, and I think that's why, I in a way kind of enjoy it too. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah. Uh, gonna get my license. All right, Seth. All right. Where you from and what's the age? What age do you have to be to get your license? So Amazon, I do something called Amazon FBA. It's called Fulfilled by Amazon. So pretty much you import, so Alibaba is a website where you can buy an item for cheap. Let me show you guys actually. Just gonna do this quickly. I'm not gonna show you my business of it, but I will show you just how to look this up. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. So Alibaba. So this is crazy. You guys might not know about this, but if you come to this website, you can search like screen protectors. Let's see, iPhone. So iPhone case, right? iPhone 10 case. Look how low they sell these for. Alright, so you can get 50 pieces for $2, $3, right? Or even this here, you can get, 500 for 30 cents. So what you do is you open like an Amazon account, seller's account, and then you purchase this, you contact the supplier, and then you purchase this from the supplier, and then they ship it to Amazon, and then you sell it on Amazon for like $5 or $7, and you're making, like a $5, $6 profit on this device. So all those sellers you see in Amazon, this is how and this is where they get their product from, and this is how they make their money. So this is, and you can see like most of these companies are from China. So yeah, so this is it. This is Alibaba, and this is what Amazon Fulfilled by Amazon FBA is. Um, so yeah, that's I've already started it, but I want to focus more heavily on it. Um, so yeah, so that's that. um, I really hate being an adult staying here in Guam. Like I was joking in one stream when I was like, I pay the bills so I can eat hard goldfish. The truth is like, yo, take advantage of being young. Seriously, don't rush to grow, man. Being an adult is difficult, man. It's not easy.
Agreed.
Straight up.
Yep. T Mac said also mine is to learn to drive because I'm 22 and scared to drive. T Mac, don't feel bad. I didn't get my driver's license till like 21, I think.
Yeah.
So pretty close to there. I didn't. I think I was a little scared too, but it's funny because my dad taught me, and I think he threw me on the freeway right away. He said, "Screw it, we're gonna get rid of this fear," and then he put me right on the freeway or expressway, however people call it, wherever they are, because people call it different. And he threw me on there, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting the hang of it." And so he threw me in the hardest thing right away, so everything else could seem a little bit easier.
Oh, wow.
And so someone that's, and I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying like I'm pretty coordinated, so I'm like, this is something I should be able to handle. So I got over the fear pretty quick and was driving right away. So definitely give it a shot, T Mac. I'm sure you can do it, man. You definitely have my encouragement.
That's awesome. That's a way to learn how to drive. It's pretty cool. Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, big time, big
Yeah,
time.
I would be. That's crazy. Kid wants to be. Yeah, that's funny, sad.
That's
Oh
true,
man,
Seth.
you guys should make a reality show. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
I think that would be pretty boring. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. That's funny. Yeah. Cool. You guys thought of oh my Fortnite. Sunny, do you want to take this one?
What happened? I was
He
reading
said,
up.
you guys, what are your thoughts on Fortnite Save the World expansion?
Save the what? I have no clue. I have no thoughts. Save the world expand. What is that? I actually no joke, Dravens. I don't know what that is. I apologize. Anything with Fortnite, I am out of the loop. I literally have no clue. What is that? Is that something with to do with non-multiplayer? Maybe that would actually have my interest. Is it more like the PVE portion of it?
Yeah.
That might be more interesting.
Okay.
Let's see if you can drive in Mario
All
Kart.
right.
You could drive in
Sunny,
real
pick up.
life.
I'll be back like in 30 seconds.
Okay, no, all good. That's funny, Jan. If you if you could drive in Mario Kart, you could drive. Oh, that's hilarious. I kind of don't agree necessarily with that. Drive, you know what, T Mac too. You can also drive the little go karts, man. Find one of those little go karts. That's pretty similar. It's not that far off. I think that'd be a good way to practice for sure. What's the worst games you've ever played in your life? I have no idea, Montano. I don't know. Jan's just trolling T Mac. That's too funny. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know, Dravens. Is Save the World expansion more about like the zombies? Isn't there like little zombie portion of it? Because I actually would kind of be into that. If I'm not gonna lie, I probably would get in. I actually like thought about getting Fortnite one day. This is like before it started to get like this is right at the start of it blowing up to just kind of play the PvE version of it, where you like build stuff and you try to keep like the zombies out or something. I forget that's how it works, but it was more interesting to me. Have you heard they're packaging Fortnite as a $30 game with some cosmetic skin bundle and there's a controversy? They've already done that, haven't they? Isn't it? It's already been at the Walmarts. And you know what, Seth? I bet they've sold a bunch of those already to a bunch of people, not knowing that like a lot of moms and parents in general or older adults who don't know anything about video games. I bet they've sold a bunch of those little Fortnite packages. Because even my own wife was asking me because my nephews are going to be getting the Nintendo Switch from their mom, and she was like, "Should I be getting that?" I'm like, "No, it's the game's free to play. They don't need that stupid $30 box. Does there even come with a CD in it or a game cartridge? And even if it did, why would you need it? It's free to play." So I don't know. I don't get it. Just go on the freeway and start throwing turtles out the window. Save the world is basically zombies. Okay, good to know. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think I could actually give that a shot. I'm gonna have to look into that. That might be the only way you guys ever see me play Fortnite. Dravens is playing. You just get a download code? That's ridiculous. It's an empty that's ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing ever then. Oh my goodness. That's insane. I can't believe it. That is insane. Well, I don't know. Oh shoot. What's the best games you played in your life? I'm not sure, Montano. That's an interesting question. See, some of these questions, I even had to think earlier about that question where you guys were asking about the game of the year. Even then, I couldn't even put a name because I've mostly played 2K, but 2K is definitely not the game of the year. I could say that without any hesitation. That's a good question, Jen. Is Save the World coming to the PC? Another question too. Do you guys before we end this podcast? I think we're gonna have to end it pretty soon. It's pretty late for me. If you guys haven't New Year's resolutions, definitely curious. I know some of you already said it, but definitely Christmas. Is there anything that you guys are getting for Christmas that you know of? I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna ask this question again next Wednesday if we do this next Wednesday, but definitely curious to see what you guys are getting. PUBG did the same thing on the Xbox. Oh, I didn't know that. See, but that might not have been as controversial just because not a lot of people probably would buy that versus Fortnite. But I know a lot of people probably got swindled this Christmas holiday season, and all they got was a box with like probably a piece of paper with a code on it. That's like such a jip to see that. they needed to like come with a, I don't know, some sort of booklet or something at the very minimum. Yes, it's PvE zombies. You also get V-Bucks for playing it. It's currently on sale, 50% off. And you can unlock 4 classes: Ninja, Constructor, Outlander, and Soldier, which all have their own unique ability. I'm going to have to look into it, Dravens, because I actually have always kind of liked that PvE version of it. And it's always had my attention, but the actual PvP has never had my attention. So your Christmas already passed. Why is that, Seth? My parents spoiled me too much. Already gave me presents. Dang, Grosk. Yeah, I got one of my presents. I got this beautiful headset I got as a Christmas present. I got it early only because I needed it and I asked for it. So somebody gave me this headset. I'll have to. It's a crossfade. It's called, what is it? The V-Modus crossfade or something like that. It's Bluetooth, so it's, I use it for. I've been using it for the last couple streams, and then I go out and I use it for working out. Definitely recommend it, and it's high quality because I broke my last what you call it? It's the what do I have? My Logitech. I had a Logitech headset, almost like what Ace has, but mine was Bluetooth, and I sat on it and I broke it. Sad face. So that sucked. You're mostly getting clothes from the fan, yo. When I was a kid, Jan, I hated clothes with a passion. I would curse anybody who got me clothes for any sort of gifts for anything, and it's funny, as an adult, I don't mind it as much. So it's kind of funny how that transition happens as you get older. You don't mind the clothes as much, but that's awesome, man. You're getting clothes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's currently on the Xbox, PS4, and I'm pretty sure on the PC, but no news for the Switch. Well, if it comes out for the Switch, Ravens, I'll definitely pay attention to it again. But I know you're pretty into Fortnite, so apologize that we're not as up to date on it.
I feel so bad because, a lot of people like that game, but I mean, we have to be true to what, you know, we like in a way. I feel bad because, again, a lot of you guys really enjoy that game.
It's funny because I subbed to a channel, and this is on the topic of what you're talking about. I subbed to a channel recently who talked about how you can get a little bit more popular streaming and stuff like that. And one of the things he said was, he was just like, yeah, a lot of people tell you to play for fun and do things for fun. And that's sort of true, but there's a lot of things that you have to do that you don't like as much. And I somewhat kind of agree with that, because I think sometimes we trug along with some of the 2K streams. Well, like, I don't mind doing my Friday rec centers, but if it's like more than that, like sometimes I'm a little like, give me anything else to stream or play. And I know you're like that with Warframe.
Yeah.
So sometimes we do give them what they want. So I'll just do a 2K stream, and it's like, and I'll get into it and I'll have fun. But at the initial burst of it, I'm kind of like, 2K, I don't want to really do 2K.
Yeah.
So I kind of see that aspect to it, to where you do want to make the people who are loyal and watch you, and you want to play with them. And honestly, I do have fun every time I hop on a 2K, or if I play even the couple times I played Smash. I've had a lot of fun with it, more fun than I think I would at the initial start of it, and then I end up having a blast. But that's because our community is so awesome. So that makes like a big difference. Like, we could probably play anything with our community, and we're just having a ton of fun.
True. I agree. Yo, T-Mac, you killing me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Man, killing me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I agree, Sandy. Sometimes like 2K, feels like just I like what I like about 2K is the fact that the gameplay is fun. So it might be, like I might dread, booting it up, setting it up, and streaming it. But once you get into it, at least the gameplay is fun. That it makes it, and then also the community is fun too. But yeah,
I think it's the community that honestly has us still
Yeah.
going with 2K more
Yeah.
than anything else, because it feels, from a playing gameplay standpoint,
Mhm.
like, and we didn't have our community and the people, I think we'd all be like, maybe you and I would be on some other system playing it or something,
Yeah,
or
true.
you know what I mean. So
I
are the community is huge, huge, huge here.
True. Definitely. Am I wait, so they can make a recording on what to expect. Nice. Yeah.
Gross says I want socks for Christmas. Awesome. Draven says he's hoping for a computer. I hope you get that. That's awesome,
Ooh,
guy.
that'd
That's
be
awesome,
dope.
Draven. So I hope you get that. That'll be excellent. We'll ask again next week if we do this. I don't know if we're gonna do it next week, but the next time we do it, I'm definitely gonna ask. Got to have a topic. What did you guys get for Christmas?
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
agree. I
But
agree.
thanks for sharing all that stuff, guys. T Mac, all you guys sharing your resolutions and what you guys are wanting for Christmas. That's awesome.
That's seriously. Thank you guys. I like to switch to Kick'em because in every other console I get you know what's crazy with the 2K? Like I've watched other people stream 2K. Sorry, my voice is like on this last legs, but I've watched other people stream 2K and it's very toxic. It's just it's not a to me it's not a like pleasant environment. It feels so negative. But something about this community is like people, I don't know, it's very positive. People want to play with each other. People encourage each other. People have fun in game.
I,
And that's
yeah, yeah, I agree, and I think a big part of that too is you and I have are try to
true.
we try to foster that type of community
True.
as well because I
Yeah.
know for a fact there's some people who are a little toxic, but they don't come to our stream, so or they do come to our stream, but they were very respectful, which is cool to see.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps. So I think that helps a bit too.
True. I think the rules that, we've set for it also helps. Because I see people come on sometimes and they try to troll and they're blocked instantly and they try it again and they're blocked and they're like, all right, I'm leaving. Um so for the mods too, good job with that. You guys definitely help with making sure the streams are clean.
Grosk, I'm very toxic in Smash. I've noticed you have your moments.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
that's why Ace is laughing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, for sure. So, T Mac, I love 2K offline, but man, I'm done with Park and Switch when I play it. Dude, it was yeah. Oh, Sonny, I don't know if you've well, when you play, you normally play handheld, but lately playing docked and streaming 2K, it's been a terrible experience. Terrible lag
Mm.
experience.
It could have
It's
been the new update. They just had an update like a week ago, over a week ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's one, my guy felt like he was just sliding all over. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't. I was getting frustrated, but I know this Team Act like you was struggling with that too. So I hear you, bro. It sucks.
I'm almost amazed that every time there's a patch, there's new bugs.
Yeah,
It's like they fix some and then they give
yeah,
us a brand new one. It's like, oh, thanks, 2K. We didn't
right,
experience this before. Awesome.
right. Seriously, patch supposed to fix the game, not break it. And the wild shows have died down. True, true. Just average. Yep. I never shot that, but yeah. No, T Mac, I've played with you, bro. Like you got a good shot, so definitely I don't hold that against you at all. Blame it on 2K, yo. It's 2K's fault. The disrespect we get from 2K, bro. But it's for people to attack. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alright. Oof. You guys, man, you guys are, I love this. Like just here participating, chatting. Um, so just let me ask you guys this. Like I want to do more what's his name does this and sometimes I don't like his title, Nintendo Prime. I don't know if you guys follow him, but
Oh, I unsubbed from him a long time ago. Oh, he came off as needy on his
yeah,
channel. He comes off as like desperate.
yeah,
I was on his sub to his channel for like 2 weeks, and after two
really,
weeks, I noticed immediately something was off with this guy, and I'm like, he's just coming off desperate, needy. And you know who else is coming off like that too? RG, whatever his name is, he's starting
RGT80.
to give me that feeling a little bit too, where he perfectly makes his videos a certain amount of time and he's totally extending it for that extra ad revenue. That type of stuff, I get it, man. We all got to make a living. I get them from a standpoint. We're also partnered to YouTube as well. But when you're going to those lengths to go just to kind of like mess with your video and edit it to add extra stuff just to kind of meet those little requirements, get out of here. I'm done. So he's close to getting unsubbed from and I unsubbed from that guy a long time ago, the one you were just about to mention. But go ahead, sorry.
No, it's just something I like that he does is he just gets on and like live stream. Even though
True.
I like his topic, is like, having a bad day. That actually
Yeah.
happens quite often. Like having a bad day, come shot or
That's when I unsubbed when I saw that. He was having a bad day. This was a while ago now, and I unsubbed it when he saw that. I was like,
yeah,
I'm done.
it's still actually, if I it's still happening quite often, but like I think something that would be cool to do is every once in a while just do like I tried to do with the Tech Talk video, Tech Tuesday video when the kids woke up, but just like having a video where um I don't know, you guys let me know if there's something you want to see. Just talking like you know Q&A ish, discussing about just tech or games, just like a random stream like this.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're a little bit more intimate. Not when you're just like, I'm having a bad day, guys. Please cheer me up. That's no.
Oh my
If
god.
this channel's turning into that, we might.
Oh my.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's crazy. If you do it once, I'm like, all right, cool. But all right, I'm gonna go look now. But you guys just keep talking. Let me see if I can. It's crazy. It happens about 2 or 3 times a month. It's crazy. I'm just like, bro, I think you need to see a therapist, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I thought the first time I saw one of those videos. I'm like, this guy needs to go see somebody, not expect this chat to help him out. Like,
bro.
yeah, it was that day he put that I unsubbed right then and there, and I didn't even feel bad. I was just like, this guy's got some issues, and it looked like I don't know why I subbed to. He must have had something good quality for me to have subbed because I'm very picky with who I sub to.
Oh yeah.
So if there must have been something he was doing right, and then I subbed to him. I don't remember what that is because I was just so turned off by exactly what you're talking about. I personally don't think I would do what you're saying, just because I don't think I'm interesting enough to just kind of throw in a live video and talk to people like that. But I think you doing it would actually be pretty excellent. The only thing that I kind of plan on doing forward is still recording the workouts and me trying to get healthier and stuff like that. But that's going to be separate. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But you should definitely do it though. That sounds interesting. And I think you did it that one time, and it seemed pretty. You did it like recently, right? You did a tech video. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting.
Okay, okay, good to know. It's interesting. I'm looking at his page right now, and it doesn't look like he saves that. I guess he deletes it afterwards. The Nintendo Prime guy. Check out his videos here. I think he deletes it. That's interesting. I guess he just needs like why do him? Yeah. Interesting. But so, Sonny, I don't know if I was kind of mentioned this. I think it was on my latest Warframe stream. I don't know if you follow like all these, RGA3 Play Essence, Nintendo Prime, beat 'em up games. But I was saying it's really interesting how they report articles. It's like one person says something, and in a way they all follow suit. So if there's like a negative topic, you'll see the same like I guess because they cover Nintendo, this just Nintendo, there's not much to talk about. But for instance, this Soldier Boy thing, if you go to RG, what's his name? RGT. I guarantee you'll see a Soldier Boy conversation on here.
Yeah,
right here,
RGT85.
right?
Yeah.
Soldier Boy. Okay, beat him up. I don't know if he has one, but I know Play Essence have one too. I don't know. It's just I told people like I'm done. Like you know, taking opinions and like game reviews. For instance, when Octopath Traveler came out, they were like, "It's the greatest game ever, best RPG, da da." And I guarantee you, like none of them beat that game. Said the same thing with Warframe. Some of them were sponsored to talk about it, but you know,
Hmm.
they just say it and don't follow. I don't know. I'm just saying, be careful because if you're going by these guys, just don't believe. So one of the reasons why I say this, I was sucked into buying Ease 8 because the video came out on um let me see if I sorry y'all, this is going somewhere. I don't even know where it's going. But let's see if I can find it.
I've almost subbed off of Switch Prime at times too. Is it Switch Prime? I think the two guys.
Oh, Switch Force.
Switch Force. There it is. That's called Switch Force. I've
Oh yeah,
almost unsubbed to them a couple times, but they still do pretty high quality stuff, and they do
yeah,
give out. It drives me nuts when they make a video, new Switch games coming out, and then they won't put the list on the thing.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to watch your whole video, bro.
Whole video. Yeah,
Put it in the dang list, and I've complained about it. And then like the next video, they'll do it, and then there'll be a random video here and there they don't do it, and I'll complain again. I'm like, dude, put it in the dang
yeah.
description. I'm not watching. I'm not listening to you guys talk for the next 7 minutes to
True,
tell me about game. I just want to see what it is because usually it's indie games, and I kind of know what they are. So it's like I don't need to know. I don't need to listen to you guys.
true.
But they're good guys. I definitely recommend them to get
Oh yeah, oh
some
yeah.
Switch news.
So
No,
this
go ahead.
this is this game right here. Sorry, use 8, right? A must-own action RPG. And by the way, he put a question mark, but yes, he claimed that. Here goes beat 'em up. I need to be honest, and again, he claims that is one of the best RP. This was right before Octopath Travel came out, and when that game came out, they all just like stopped talking about this game. Game explained same thing, one of the best. Da, da, da. And so one of the reasons why I bought this game was because I watched all these videos. I had no interest in this game, but I was convinced because all of these people are saying it's a dope game. So I bought the game, and I have to say, I wish I didn't. So pretty much all I'm saying is just be careful, man. If you see this trend where all of them are talking about a specific topic, I don't know. Just take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe it all.
Yeah.
Because one, they probably sponsored getting paid, or two, they just feeding off what one of the other person said. Anyway, down the rabbit trail. Done with this. But
So a lot of those channels too, and I think and Switch Gross says Switch Force still they are clickbait quite
oh
often
yeah,
actually.
oh
But one
yeah,
of the things that they actually those two guys made a video on, and by the way, the one dude, the skinny guy, he has his own YouTube that's huge. I forget
yeah,
what is it a Robo something? I don't know what
yeah.
the heck his name
Ghost
is.
Robo.
And I upside to him easily. I was so annoyed to see that he like gets the games before the games come out,
Yeah,
and he just makes 100 videos, and I'm like, yo,
yeah,
I don't want any spoilers, nothing in the titles, nothing.
yeah.
So I unsub. So I'm very like I'm telling you guys, I'm super picky who I actually sub to. But I noticed they made a video that, and it struck me a little bit is that they said something along the lines of, they do cover all the Switch stuff, but if they're negative about something, that they get a lot of hate for it, and
Mm,
I that surprised me a little bit. So I would be like, man, I would hate to kind of like make a channel where it's like, yeah, we do have a lot of Switch stuff, but I personally am not always going to be positive to a lot of things. I'm always really honest. There'll be stuff like, Ace likes, and he'll say he likes Warframe. I'm gonna tell you, I don't like Warframe
yeah,
that much from what I've
yeah,
seen, and I think you got to be true to who you are. But then they won't even cover stuff
yeah,
sometimes that they don't like, and I feel like if you're gonna kind of go down that road, you should try to cover as much as you can, and not because they said they like only cover the games that they like. But I feel like it'd be good to kind of have a channel where you cover stuff that maybe you don't like as much, but you're at least honest about the quality of the games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's just a random thought that I had.
Oh, so true. So true. Yeah, like I think this our channel does a good job with, like Fortnite, for instance. We could have easily, and they did too when Fortnite came out. They were all on that bandwagon, but we're we're clear here. Like that's not a game we enjoy playing. And even though it's one of the most popular game, we'll be real with y'all. We don't like it. So
Yeah,
we're
if
not.
something's popular, we'll give it a try. I
Yeah,
think we're there. We're not gonna hate on it right away. We'll be like, let's give it a try and see if it's something
true,
that we like. But then
true.
we'll be honest from there on out. If we don't like it, we're gonna tell you, hey, we don't like this. Sorry.
Yeah,
You know.
right, right. Exactly, exactly. Seth said good games under two. Yo, Seth, we rocked that park in 2K, bro. That was a lot of fun. Um, it's a lot of fun. 2K is fun, and that's what I was saying earlier. The gameplay, there's just something about it. Like anytime we put it on, it's just fun to play. Smash is still happening on Friday. It might. Sonny, I was thinking about like doing a quick Smash tournament, nothing like crazy, but like how I've just recent like not how I previously did like a Mario Kart tournament. It's not gonna be like planned if people are on, we'll just run a tournament, put like a $10 eShop card just for fun, nothing serious.
Right.
So might do that on Friday. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but if I do stream Friday night, I'll let you guys know closer to Friday. Uh,
Cool.
so yeah,
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. If not, try it on Saturday, but do it short or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Probably going to be like 45 minutes to an hour, nothing crazy.
Yeah, you get like 8 people or
Right,
something.
right.
Yeah.
No, not being much. What that guy said.
I think we have to cut it off soon. It's
Yeah,
like two
we do.
thirty,
Holy
2:30
fuck.
where I'm at.
Ooh, jeez. Wow. All right. Yeah.
I think you
This
could
is
talk
so
here all
fun.
night, Ace.
Seriously. Seriously. All right, fellas. Yeah, we should. Man, you guys are so fun to do this with, man. 11 of you guys on at 1:30, 2:30 for Sunny. It's crazy, but really appreciate you guys, man. This podcast is always fun, but yeah. Sleep is for the weak.
Well, I wanted to get a video. Now I'm not so sure I'm gonna get one out. Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to.
same
And
here. Same
yeah.
here. I was gonna work on some stuff too, but yeah. Um, yeah, guys, let's end this. But again,
Mhm.
3:30 in Houston, crazy. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys in next stream and next video. And the next podcast next week, same time. All right, fellas, thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. Catch you guys later.
Good night, guys.